Hello guys, this is the second part, and to actually start this video I needed to use my previous tablet, so now I'm going to switch that one off and together we will attach the other one on. So all you need to do first, so you have your tablet on the table. It's like an instructional review I'm doing here. And you have that wire that has one USB port, which is a normal thing for everything on the computer, and you have this. This obviously goes inside the tablet. Let's attach it. So from that side, no, this way. Which way? I'm being confused. I'm the person who never reads instructions. I'm the person who just does, okay, let's attach this to here. Doesn't work. To here. Then it breaks. And I'm Right, so that's attached, and now obviously the USB cable just goes at the back of your computer or at the front of your computer. It will depend what kind of computer you're using, but USB port, find a USB port and just insert it there. Let me do that quickly. Right, we are in. We entered the premises. So, okay, let's do that. It said in the instruction it will take about 30 minutes, 30 seconds, sorry, 30 minutes, that'd be too long. 30 seconds for the tablet to install itself. Just to feel the computer and say hello to the computer. Okay, my pen is now working. Right, so let's switch to the screen of my computer so you can actually see what's happening. The instruction says that I need to go to my Finder, or in your case it could be my computer, and find this Untitled thing. So, and then here I need to see, okay, there's Mac driver, because I'm using a Mac computer, but I'm sure that this here, executable file, is for Windows. So I'm going to Mac, I'm going to install it. I'm sure you will be guided to blah blah, continue. Okay, so a tablet driver, there it is. Yeah, I already had it down there. So this here is to show you, all the possible options you can do with your pen. So it has two buttons you can see here. So usually I use the first button to have the mouse right click, which means it will do this. So your usual menu. I never really set up anything for the top button, but you can always have something done. There's also pressure sensitivity, which we might test some other way. Maybe we open Photoshop. If we open Photoshop and try to have a new file, any size, doesn't matter. Let's take a black. Let's take black. Let's see what it does. Oh, okay, so if we change sensitivity to almost nothing, then it will give us weird straight lines, and it doesn't matter how much I press on the pen or I release it, it still gives me that. So that's a completely non-sensitive. But if I start very, very slowly and then I push harder, see, there is a difference. This will allow you to create tiny little details, as well as just, do all sorts of different things. Okay, yeah, I like that very much. There's also some options for monitor, but for some reason it only gives me one option. That must be my monitor option. And let's see advanced settings. Advanced settings is, you can set up the different keys here. I don't really do that. I don't really like that because I find that the buttons are always in the way, so I never use that. I switch them all off completely. So for example, the K1, I say none, K2 none, just need to make sure everything is none if you don't want it. Yeah, and this must be the area of the screen. This is something you would need to test and understand how it works, because explaining it in words will be really weird. I usually like to use it like this, because this way my mouse, my pen, actually runs much faster. Yeah, so faster and is more comfortable for me. I'm doing this for many years, so to the point where I can't even explain why, but I use only that amount of the screen of the tablet, only this amount of the whole tablet I'm only going to use to actually navigate through corner to corner of my monitor you will figure out your own size when you're actually using it. This is nothing crazy, nothing scary. You will just have to play with it and understand what it is. So okay, that's then done. And I guess we are all set up. And this is pretty simple menu for adjustments. So yeah, I can't see no big difference. I like it. I like it very much. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video where we're going to talk about troubleshooting of this tablet.